Thanks to our panelists for joining us today. I'm going to start over there with Craig. And Craig, you and your team are right at the forefront of the field of biomedical engineering, and it's an incredibly exciting forefront to be at. What, in your view, are the grand challenges of that field?
If we could understand how the brain is wired, we could understand how the brain is controlled, we could perhaps reverse engineer the brain. For mechanical engineers, we could now start thinking of plugging into the brain and having neural prostheses run through thought and really tapping right into the nervous system that way.
Mitesh, can you tell us a bit about how you see the future of cardiac surgery 5 or 10 years out?
If you think about it many, many years down the road, hopefully in my lifetime, there may come a day where we take a diseased heart out of a patient, replace it temporarily with a pump, but then repair their own heart outside of their body and then retransplant it.
Well, I want to continue with the theme of robotics that you've taken us into and move to Goldie and talk a bit about how robotics can and increasingly are contributing to help us deal with questions of health and also social questions related to aging. Goldie.
We've been focusing on developing robots that can, live in your home and help you with activities of daily living as you age. So we promote aging in place, as well as we're looking at using robots to provide stimulation during leisure activities. And through that back and forth kind of interaction, we improve social stimulation as well as cognitive stimulation.
I want to move to Ted and hear a bit about is the city of the future, is the condo building of the future going to have the kind of connectivity and capacity to enable these and other applications like the ones Goldie's talked about?
We know there's not enough people to look after the aging population. We know we need these robots. We know we need sensor technologies. All that stuff depends on networks. If we don't build the buildings right, you can't do all this really cool stuff. So along with a group of people, that's really what we've been advocating and pushing for across Ontario.
I'm going to move over to Professor Dave Sinton. Dave, your work touches broadly on the incredibly important field of energy, and it includes both work in the area of fossil fuels and their extraction, and also in the area of clean tech. You might look at that superficially and say these are in opposition with each other. Why can't you pick one?
Right, great question. So I'll start on the renewable side. I think the motivation there is obvious to everyone. That's the future. But the key point is that the energy system changes slowly. Particularly in the Canadian context, we've got large current energy operations, and they could use our help. We think it's an important focus to help them reduce their CO2 impact of those operations because they'll be with us for the near term.
I want to move to Chris and talk more about energy, but I want to move to another low-carbon source, which is nuclear energy. Can you tell us a bit about your vision of the future of nuclear energy? In particular, can it become acceptable to the public, and how will that happen?
We're perfectly comfy with nuclear medicine. I don't know about you guys, but I've had our friends in the medical field shoot nuclear stuff inside me. I'm still here, and it turned out the lights, I don't think I glow. But the key is with the proliferation of safe nuclear power being generated elsewhere, with the nuclear medicine, I think people will get the message that this is a potential path to follow.
I'd like to thank all of our panel members for sharing with us your expertise, your thoughts, the benefits of your leadership, and your deep understanding of how mechanical engineering is transforming our society and our world and our economy today, and how it will continue to do so in the future. So thank you so much.